All good. You want to do a mic check, or does everything sound good?
We're all good.
If you're good, I'm good. You want to count it down?
Yeah.
My heart aches.
That's all I've got. I broke my fucking, what's that, like, egg thing? Keurig?
That is the worst way to describe a coffee maker. The egg thing.
What's that egg thing? The Keurig? I can't find one of the things to, like, the thing that pokes the fucking cup.
Oh. Like the needle? The needle
egg,
gave out on you?
Egg crusher? I don't know. Anyways, I'm ready.
You're insulting the knowledge I've curated for 15 years in the coffee industry. Just
I can't find it, so I gotta resort to Starbucks.
I'll try to help you. I also deliver, asshole.
Yeah, well,
you have to order. What are you still looking at my
I'm all the way over here. It's too far.
All right, man. Yeah, counts down whenever you're good.
3, 2, 1, go.
God damn you. Here you go.
I'm over here trying to fix my fucking webcam.
You're still counting.
3, 2, 1. All right.
God.
At the ready.
Thanks, Captain.
At the ready.
All right. Calling all killers, this is the Kings of Kill podcast. You're already giggling. I see it right now. Thank y'all killers so much for tuning in. My name is Zach.
I'm Steven.
And Jackass is Steven. And together we are the Kings of Kill, bringing you the show dedicated to the love of all things horror. This week we've got another rated R request from our killer fans around the world. Steven, will you please announce what we're talking about today?
Event Horizon.
Event Horizon, a big dog, a heavy hitter. This is one of my personal favorites, even though, unfortunately, it's not very popular. I absolutely love this movie. Before we get started, do us a huge favor. Head on over to kingsofkill.com. That's where you can request your very own episodes. It's easy. It's on the homepage. While you're there, just favor, do a little shopping. Look around. We got some new merch.
It's true.
It's true. You have
True stuff.
You have that merch. I'm not sure where the fuck you did with it. Nope. Just one look behind the shoulder. It's too far.
I got like 3 items behind me.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. First things first, we have a correction. Luckily, our amazing fans all over let us know when we fuck up, and we do that pretty regularly.
Us?
Pretty regularly, yeah. No, it's actually my fault. You mentioned a song, and I was like, "Oh, I know what that is," and you were like, "No, idiot." Last week we were talking about a song reference, and you named a super popular band, and I totally shit the bed and got it completely wrong. Flock of Seagulls.
Iran, yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking, because we're talking about sexy socks. If you haven't listened to the last episode, you got to check it out.
You're going to sell the last episode on sexy socks to our fans?
Flight of the Conchords is a comedic duo that did a song about sexy socks. So when I tried to look up sexy socks and found absolute horror.
Got it. I got you there.
Quick clarification. We try to stay as transparent as possible in the show. And we say stupid shit often, I think.
Never.
We're probably 30 points behind on the corrections. But hey, thank you so much for correcting us. We appreciate you. Today's show, Event Horizon. Came out in 1997, rated R, an hour and 36-minute runtime. directed by Paul W.S. Anderson. I don't know how. In fact, it's so long ago, he was still just called Paul Anderson.
I think
he was hot off. He was hot off of Mortal Kombat, right?
Correct.
Then he made this. So he made an awesome movie, then an awesome movie, and then went on to make 38 Resident Evils based on no video game ever.
Well, I mean, the first one's awesome, in a way. By itself, it shouldn't have been called Resident Evil. It should have been like Train to Hell or something.
The eye roll and the kind of, it's very convincing that was an awesome movie.
I mean, I like it, but I don't think it's like a Resident Evil film. It's like when Resident Evil made that Outbreak game or something. It's like a side piece. So he turned down the Mortal Kombat sequel, Annihilation, and the first X-Men movie to do Event Horizon. Which,
wow,
probably a good choice.
Yeah, the first X-Men movie worked, but it was tough to make that happen. Like, luckily it was executed well. It might be, I think X-Men and Logan
was better off without Wes Anderson.
Wes Anderson.
Paul.
Can you imagine if Wes Anderson directed Event Horizon? All the still frames, like dead center. Oh my
god!
Everyone's talking in monotone.
Folk music. Fucking. Everyone's wearing a shade of brown.
We were talking about Resident Evil movies. Have you seen Raccoon City? I haven't checked it out yet, but it looked kind of fun.
Yes, I did.
What? Without spoilers, what do you think? Worth a watch, or is it pretty much wait for rental?
Only if you're a fan of Resident Evil, the game. There is a ton of references.
Okay.
All over the place, like Resident Evil 1 through fucking a while.
Is that the latest one?
A while. There's a lot of them, but not like super references. You're like, oh shit, that's in 5. But it's like, if you know, you know.
So it's fun. It's fun for a fan. That's good. I like fans.
It's not that great of a movie. Like, if sci-fi made it, I'd be like, nah, it's probably one of their better movies.
I miss sci-fi movies. I know they're all trash, but like I used to stay up late to watch those. They were so fun. 300 shark attack or some shit. I'm going for a more deeper cut than that shit. But
that was good.
Anything with a shark, you're sold on it. You're sold on it
for sure.
So Paul W.S. Anderson directed this. Probably, I'd say this is his best film. I mean,
honestly, yes.
Yeah,
it's not better than Monster Hunter. Or fucking.
Did you get a cymbal? What was that noise? I just started.
There's a spring on this mic.
Trying to do your own drum?
Yeah.
That's.
I meant to do that.
You're competing. You bought yourself a whole ass drum kit, and you're just gonna out soundbox me.
I know when my jokes are funny, so let's hear it. No, definitely his favorite shit, or his best. It sucks that it was a bomb.
Oh, abysmal. Written by Philip Eisner, starring. I mean, this cast is incredible. Lawrence Fishburne, right? Who originally went by Larry, and then he's like, I'm too fancy for that shit. I got Morpheus in me.
I think it was Larry in Dream Warriors.
Was he really? Yeah. So talented. Talk about talents. Mr. Jurassic Park himself, Sam Neill.
Dr. Alan Grant.
We have Kathleen Quinlan, Jolie Richardson, Richard T. Jones, Jack Noseworthy, Jason Isaacs, Sean Pertwee. This cast was impeccable. This was perfect billing. Lawrence Fishburne is a natural, confident, brash leader, quick decisions, no nonsense, you believe it. Sam Neill, instead of being the goofy, quirky, evil scientist, is just a doctor trying to find his ship.
He's off like the mouth. What the fuck is it called? Mouth of Madness. That dude could fucking do some movies.
Right.
But everybody's like, Dr. Alan Grant. That's him.
Yeah,
he's the dinosaur man.
This guy's talented. I'm just saying he made Jurassic Park what it is.
Oh, like, for sure.
Without him, nobody else could have played it. Now, Sam Neill does a great character in this because he's not this mad scientist. He's not like Goldblum in The Fly. He's just a doctor who's well-mannered, and not until the third act does shit go awry for him. He's just trying to do his job and get his shit back.
That's true. I mean, he designed the ship, right?
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy because did he design the ship? Like, it looks like a goth nightclub. Like, is Blade
So
hanging out there? Like,
It's
did they
it's
shoot
based
the
on-
Matrix off of this set?
it's based on. It sounds like it. I'm pretty sure it's the same score.
Dude, it's a new metal goth era
It is.
movie.
It is a techno, like Rob Zombie's vibe into this though.
Oh, for sure. His
The
whole
whole
career
time
was
is
built
culture.
on this. That fucking
No.
spear spinning, yeah, that's actually a goth disco ball.
So yeah, I would go to that club. I'm down. So the ship was based off of cathedrals because it's even in the shape of an upside down cross. Look at its archways, its long halls and stuff. That's where it's based on. That's a real ship. That model is a huge actual model. CGI wasn't good enough yet to do stuff. This was built meticulously by hand. The same thing with the gravity drive is a working machine. For those of you who haven't seen this, the gravity drive is this creation that Sam Neill made, and he created a man-made black hole that can harness the capability to fold space-time. So instead of traveling thousands of light years, it just brings that together and pops out. Well, this Event Horizon, the ship,
That's safe.
the spaceship disappears. Like 20 or 40 years later or something, it pops back up around Neptune, and so this rescue ship has to go and get it. What they find? Bad.
Hell. The ship's shaped like a Y-wing from Star Wars, I swear. That's what it looks like to me. Not threatening.
I don't get that reference. I'm not.
It looks
I'm
like a
nerd.
Y-wing.
I don't get.
I'm just saying.
It's like when someone references a Pokemon besides the first 150. I got no fucking clue, man.
Speaking of that, did you know Magmar in Pokemon evolves in the newer versions? Fucking crazy. Go
I just
on.
said no. I don't know that. I just told you. You're like, here's a fun fact. This film shouldn't have worked, but it really did somehow. It came out August 15, 1997, filmed in the UK and the US. It was mostly filmed on sound stages because all these sets existed. Like these were all handmade sets. How incredible is that?
It looks like it also. This movie is kind of dated, but it works. It's one of
It
those
is
movies that are
dated.
like, fuck, it's so good that it's so bad.
I would rather watch dated practical effects than dated CGI any day. There is some of that in here with like the opening credits and stuff, but I'd rather watch dated practical effects
Yeah.
than dated CGI.
Yeah.
For example, right? The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. When it came out, this is cool.
Ooh, Ivan Ooze.
Boy, that is some shiny those are some shiny monsters in that movie. Everything is like
Yeah.
Michael Bay Transformer shine on everything.
I always thought it was like a dark as shit movie when I was a kid. I was like, dude,
It was
this
so
Ivan
heavy.
Ooze, dark purple, everything. You watch it now, it's like
Kill all the
bright
parents.
pink. It's not even a
It's
dark
so
movie.
different.
Just full of stupid jokes.
Hey, huge shout out to Golar Productions. They made all the special effects to this.
It's like Goldar, like off Power
Goldar.
Rangers. Oh, Goldar
Oh, is that-
Productions.
Is that the golden monkey that
Yeah.
with this deep booming voice, but he's an idiot completely?
Yeah,
He's just like
so
obsessed with.
stupid.
I want to say Ursula, but that's not it. That's the evil
Rita.
octopus.
Rita.
Rita Repulsa. Oh
Yeah,
man,
Rita Repulsa. Wow.
that's her name. Yeah, Lord Zed, dude, like solid
Lord Zed
brain.
was
Like,
the fucking coolest guy.
what is that, man?
He always
got this
reminded
look.
me, like I had this vision, like when I was a kid, I drew like Freddy Krueger a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then Jason X came out and he had like that space fucking mask.
Yeah,
and
it
he
was
gets,
all
like,
metallic.
reborn. That's what I drew Freddy as Zed once, and
Oh,
it just
sweet.
looked the same. Almost
mean-
looked the same.
Pretty close. Speaking of Friday the 13th, so we haven't gotten a new movie because it's been in legal limbo for the longest time. So now this isn't good news, but it's better news. So right now, the character of Jason is owned by one man, and the franchise Friday the 13th is owned by another. So instead of it being all over the place, these two people hate each other. But granted, at least now it's down to two people instead of all these
Jesus
other
Christ.
companies and stuff.
It's like
Just give us
Spider-Man and Marvel and Sony
I don't-
and fucking
I don't give a shit about
Platinum
Marvel.
Dunes.
We've had
I don't even know who.
400
owns
Platinum Dunes and Marvel, same bag in my list. It's just buckets of shit being delivered. Put it down, folks. If you want some quality coffee, head on over to Hanson'sHakerings.com. Custom fire roasted coffee, farm to farm, delivered to your door. Thank you for sponsoring me. What now?
When you said farm to farm, I was gonna say Pepperidge Farm remembers, but I don't know why. So Pepperidge Farm cookies are so goddamn good.
Was that their catchphrase? Pepperidge Farm remembers?
Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers. Yeah, it was like an old guy.
Grandma? Oh, that was a man.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Ladies and gentlemen, Steven, he'll be here all night.
It's true. I'll run out of jokes though, so
no, weird. All right.
Refunds at the door.
This movie had a budget of $60 million. It only grossed less than 30. So I mean, to pull off what they did with 60 mil is incredible.
It's bullshit. This bombed. I don't get it.
Also, keep in mind, there's a cut that's over 30 minutes longer that
for sure.
Anderson was set on, but it's destroyed as far as we know. There's no living copies of it because what they used to do with celluloid is just bury it if they didn't have room to store it.
Just bury it. Fucking get rid of it. Just bury it. Yeah, it was like filled with like so many deleted scenes, like blood orgies and shit.
Yeah, the scene.
You can read the details, but you can't see it.
The snapshot scene where you're not sure what's going on, but you finally get video of what happened to the ship, and it's real quick, boom, boom, boom. There's like 15 solid minutes of footage. They hired amputee victims and porn stars to go nuts, and they filmed it on the weekends with a second filming unit. Can you imagine how gory and insane that little escape from hell is supposed to look like? Not to mention the additional deaths, all the extra gore. Like Paramount told Anderson, quote, "Hey, we make Star Trek. You gotta ease up." Those were his notes. And to try to be good with Paramount Pictures, the Directors Guild, much like the Acting Guild, there's like rules that must be followed. Directors are allowed throughout the Directors Guild that they get 10 weeks time to edit no matter what.
Right.
He gave that up and said, I'm not sure if he had another movie or if he was just trying to be nice to Paramount because they were so disgusted and frightened by the original 2-hour saga that he tried to cut it down to 6 weeks. And what happened was he just had to throw stuff away. How sad is that?
Well, also, I was reading that it was also rushed because they had to release Titanic.
The studio wanted it to match Titanic.
So
why would you put this up against?
I don't know. They fucking
anything with a Celine Dion soundtrack. Come on.
I'll never forget them. I'll never forgive Titanic or Rose not letting Jack on the fucking door. But besides that, I'll get sidetracked. Let's fucking talk about Jack and Rose right now.
My older sister was obsessed with Titanic. She watched it 1,000 times. I can't stand that goddamn movie.
I watch it at least once a month.
I cannot stand it.
You know what's wild? All right, tangent time.
This whole show.
So after Jack and Rose banged, fucking, they escape the bad officers and they run to the deck of the ship, the outside of it. They start kissing and post-bang kiss and hang out. And so, like, there's two people in the crow's nest looking for, like, the villain of the movie, the iceberg. And they get sidetracked by hearing Jack and Rose giggle. And they're like, oh, that's cute. And then they look and see iceberg. It's fucking Jack and Rose's fault. The whole thing crashed and burned. That's my tangent.
Dude, Rose is a total bitch. The best part of the movie is when Jack died at the end.
That's what you meant.
No, I did not mean that at all. What do you think lines delivered best? When one of the shipmates like screams "iceberg dead ahead," or when Gandalf screams "you shall not pass"? Those are some epic lines right there.
Iceberg dead ahead. Yeah, that's pretty. It's pretty fucking. Well, I mean, I guess I gotta say fucking Gandalf, because it's Gandalf.
Really nerding out today. Really nerding out today.
But yeah, it sucks because this movie like came out when like the big hits were out. Like Free Willy 3 was out right before it. Air Bud was like a week later. So people were probably watching those instead of this movie. I don't know if we're going to count
Air Bud as a big hit. There's about 13 of them.
I bet you it made more money than Event Horizons.
Well, yeah, 30 million. Jesus Christ. Air Bud 4 made more money than that.
G.I. Jane was around, I think.
Made more money than that.
Lost World was still out because I remember that being out forever. Like
a year and a half. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because that I think came out in like May the same year, and this was August. It was definitely still in theaters. So people were still getting their Goldblum fucking nut. Jesus Christ. What were we talking about?
Yikes. Yeah, at least you announced the tangent. Like, we're going on a ride, folks.
We went from blood orgies to Titanic.
Well, I mean, it's kind of the same thing.
I mean, yeah. Oh, speaking of deleted scenes and shit, there's actually a making of Event Horizons out.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And there's
it's longer than the movie.
There's a brand new Blu-ray out made by Scream Factory. They do a great job at
I have that copy.
At cleaning things up and making them as pretty as they can be, plus a bunch of bonus features. We're going to put this movie on the website, kingsfield.com, like we do with almost every movie we review. If you haven't seen this, help us both out. Help the creators of this movie. Help us out. This is a damn good movie. This is seriously a gem. It is a wild ride. This movie still freaks me out. Dated
it
doll.
Still fucks me up. Yeah.
It's creepy. It's unnerving. It touches on serious fears, and there's something about space horror that's just so much worse because you're stuck.
It is.
You're not going home. You're there.
Isn't like Alien or anything. This is like, I can't say like a haunted house, but I guess
it's biblical horror meets sci-fi meets bloodbath.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, yeah, I guess that's the fucking haunted house. Space haunted house.
Kings of Kill reviews, guys. We're good. Keep coming out. I guess that makes sense.
I have seen this movie so many times.
Yeah.
But like, I put it on when I'm like cleaning the house because it's a good house cleaning movie, obviously. And
what kind of messes in your house?
I finally noticed something this time.
Guts.
This is gonna be a spoiler, everybody. Shut up. So Justin, who they call Cap, I guess, which I
thought Justin was I thought that was Baby Bear. Justin's the kid.
Justin's the little kid?
Mm-hmm. Baby Bear.
No, he's the guy that gets like space. He gets sucked off in space and sucked back into space.
Yeah, that's Justin Baby Bear.
Justin Baby Bear. We're talking about the same person.
I know. I'm just. Oh. No one calls him Cap, jackass.
I thought someone called him Cap.
Lawrence Fishburne is the captain of the damn ship.
Dude, he says the best fucking line.
Safe distance, and then I will launch attack missiles at the Event Horizon until I'm satisfied she's vaporized. Fuck this ship.
Dude.
Best delivery. But yeah.
Or man. You believe it, too.
But yeah, Justin. I always thought he died. He doesn't fucking die.
I don't think they rescue him.
No. When he gets sucked out of space, sucked in and out, they put him in stasis afterward.
Yeah, but he never makes it. He never makes it back to the ship, doesn't he? Isn't he stuck on the Event Horizon?
No, because they put him in stasis on their ship, Three Dog Night or whatever the fuck it's called.
That ship blows up though.
Well, then they have to put him on because he's in the stasis chamber at the end with the other two survivors. You see three people.
Spoilers, but yeah, at the very end, we're not sure what he's on. We're not sure what ship they're on at the very end.
They're on Event Horizon.
Right, because their ship blows up because Sam Neill planted a bomb in there.
Spoiler.
So their ship's gone, and what he does is he just separates the hull from
correct
from the actual engine. So yeah, they're on Event Horizon. So did he make it to the end? Because we only see two survivors. We only see
Jack and Diane,
Richard P. Jones, Cooper, and Jolie Richardson, who plays Stark. Those are the only people that we actually hear at the very end. After
Yeah,
like the
but
one
when the rescue team walks in, they're like, "Hey, what's up? Anybody out here?" And then like they say something just like that. You see 3 bodies in the stasis chamber, the Jason stasis chamber, and
that's not what it's called.
And then they release the 2, and then the 3rd guy's still in there. There's 3 people in there. What?
Very
Second
good.
movie. We need another one.
I'd be down. I mean, do you think Anderson's got it in him?
No. I don't think that guy should do sequels at all.
Starling his wife.
God. Mila Jovovich or whatever her name is.
At the end, it sounded legit, but it took you a while to get there.
Yep. But
it's like meeting some guy with no teeth at a bar. He's got a story, and the middle's going to sound a lot like that.
No, this movie still terrifies me. It's got some
creepy.
really gnarly deaths. And it's about fear. It's fucking terrifying.
It lingers with you. It just stays with you. It makes you feel unnerved and uncomfortable. Like, boy.
Yeah, and it's obviously different than when we watched it as kids and then now.
It was terrifying when I watched this. When this first came out, this scared the shit out of me. I should not have been watching this at all.
No, because when we first watched this, we were like 2 little boys and like watching this gore fest. And it's definitely one of those movies your mom or your parents would be like, "You can't watch that, you little shit." But then
I'm in the hallway. I'm in the hallway and I'm just peeking out. I can see the big screen from around the corner.
No, that wasn't my parents saying like, "Hey, you can't watch this. You can watch whatever the hell you want." But then I'll just go to my friend's house if it was a problem. Go watch it over there. Because I could.
Not me.
I watched this at my friend's house, actually. I definitely remember that.
I would have to peek out. My room is connected to the hall, and I had to peek out. Beforehand, my older sister, before she moved out, she was in the room that I stayed in when I got older. So I would have to sneak through her room without making a sound, get to the hallway without making a sound, and just peek out and just scare the fuck out of myself. And I'd collapse just like in the hallway, and my parents would be like, "You weren't like trying to sneak and see that movie, were you?" I'm like, "No, I was brushing my teeth." They're like, "Get the fuck to bed, you asshole."
Having a fucking spasm on the ground.
It's scope, man. Side effects.
This is one of those movies that I feel like I should not have watched as a kid because it's so fucked up.
And I don't find that about most movies too. But yeah, I would agree that I was definitely not
what I would have showed my kid or something back in the day. Now I totally would have been like, "Look at this set. It's fucking the beginning of Matrix or something." Look at this shit. Remember the Dinosaur Man? He's in this. It's good.
That's great. Dinosaur Man, Matrix set. Let's go.
The villain from The Patriot.
Rob Zombie, where's the soundtrack?
The villain of The Patriot, Jason Isaac or Lucius Malfoy or whatever the fuck his name is in Harry Potter. His death was gnarly. Fucking. So this is full of spoilers.
Jason Isaac, yes. Yeah, boy, we're just letting this one go.
Who cares? We haven't done like a spoiler episode in a while. This is from '97. Whatever.
How's that coffee, you asshole?
We do whatever. I do whatever. I drink whatever.
I do whatever I want. Takes a sip of coffee like a badass. Like, what's that?
Who cares, man?
This is a must watch. This needs to be in your collection. I mean, seriously, this is one of the funnest movies. One of the scariest movies to this day that like still bothers me when I watch it. Still makes me
gouges out his fucking eyes.
Everyone does. What is with the eyes?
I like. What's that quote he says? It's something like, it's almost like where we're going, we don't need roads, but it's like where we're going, you don't need eyes to see, or some shit. And you're like, what?
Well, what? Remember when the good doctor you were talking about, when he's trying to like decipher some like weird cryptic messages that came through, which let them know the Event Horizon still existed or came back from wherever it went. He's like, it's Latin and it means like
fairy tale land. This is amazing.
It means rescue me, or something like that. And he's like, rescue me, awesome. And then like everyone starts dying, and he's like, hey, Morpheus, So I think I got it wrong, and I think it means we're all fucking going to hell. Sorry. It's like you're bad at Latin.
He pulls like the same move like on the Mummy when Alan Parrish, like the dad from Jumanji. That's not his name in the Mummy, but that actor. I'm great at naming people. So Alan Parrish in the Mummy, he's like, "Oh, that's the Book of the Dead. Don't read from that. It's fine. It's fine if we have it, but don't read from it." And then they fucking read from it because they're drunk and who cares? And then he just starts yelling at him, "You should have read from the book." Like, obviously, take the fucking book from him. Idiot. Bad babysitter.
For those of you listening, if anyone's keeping track of how many shows went on a Mummy tirade just this season alone, I would love to have
Fast and Furious.
Mummy and Fast. Yeah, speaking of like, don't read from the book. I love the Evil Dead. I love the series. I love the remake. But
people should read from fucking books.
It literally says, "Don't read from this book," and like, I'm gonna read the whole book cover to cover out loud.
Yeah, like the new remake, whatever, of Evil Dead. He's like, "Don't read the book," and then he like, it's almost like he looks at the camera. It's like, "Don't read from the book." He's just like, "I shouldn't read from the book." Anyways, chapter 7. Fucking asshole. I hate when people read from books. That's why I don't read books.
Or like one of my favorite movies of all time. Talk about spoilers, but like 7. What's in the box? Don't look in the box. What's in the box? Don't.
Sometimes you gotta look.
Box.
Sometimes it's a mystery, man. Some people have to fucking
shit?
know.
Oh, it's not to look in the box.
Unless they're gonna walk away and be like, "Shit, what was in that?" and bother them all day. They could be driving and just be so pissed they didn't look at that box.
I think he would have found out pretty quickly.
Morgan Freeman would have beeped him, paged him. "Hey, your dead wife's head's in this."
Talk about an anticlimactic ending. It's just a page. Just the text.
Yeah, Brad Pitt just walks away. He's like, "I don't need to look in that box. Page me later."
When did that come out in the 90s?
Credits.
Oh, man.
It would have been funnier. You know what? I might edit it where it's like an ice. Morgan Freeman opens the box and it's just an ice.
It's a Smirnoff ice just in there.
It just looks up. Oh, man. That's a good idea. Fuck. Well,
what would you rate this, man?
Rating this movie.
Not your remake of 7.
I'd probably rate this a 4.
7 : Ice to meet you.
Ice. I'd rate this movie a 4.20 out of 4.20 Dr. Grant theories out of 5 with a side of ranch. I just don't like how the critics panned it, gave it bad ratings. I think mine makes sense.
Except you don't need to add the 0. It doesn't affect your decimal at all. Like it's
whatever.
You just want that weed reference in there. That's the laugh of honesty, folks. That's what that is.
Hey, but
your own sound box. I like it. Hey.
Yeah. Solid rating.
I agree.
Good
I agree.
Movie.
No, it's absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favorites. It still gets under my skin. How Anderson did this, no idea. How this amazing ensemble cast agreed to do it, no idea. What's amazing about the cast is that, like, instead of spending a ridiculous amount of time wasting script and dialogue telling people who they are, you just understand how people get along and aspects of their personality within minutes of meeting them, because it's just framed well and it's shot well. And
I guess all you know is their profession. That's about it. You don't know their backstory and stuff, which I like backstory.
You know, you learn profession and attitude. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's enough.
Yeah. It's like a
I want to know.
Slasher. Like, you don't know the fucking popular dude's backstory. Like, did he hurt his knee? Is that why he's not playing football anymore? But, you know, it's...
Deep cuts. Deep cut. Maybe the DVD that we put on the site will have some insights about his illustrious football career.
Maybe. I mean, he would have went to state, but he hurt. He got hurt. But anyway.
I'm sure this is the missing 30 minutes of the thing. It's just about
The backstory of Dr. Alan Grant. Just
his name is the same as Jurassic Park.
they fuck up and just start calling him Dr. Grant. And Morpheus and fucking the girl from 6 Days, 7 Nights. I don't know what else she's in. I think she's in like Congo, maybe. I don't know.
Wow, that's something I haven't seen in a while.
Congo's good. Tim Curry.
Talk about not aging well.
Oh. No.
Boy, when I was a kid, that ending was brutal, and now I was like, wait a second, this is the payoff? Whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. That movie, still wild, but I think it's been like a year and a half since I've seen that. Well, the A to Z project, I guess I had to. Fuck.
Did you ever finish that?
Yeah. Took 6-7 months or something.
Jesus. Of watching it like almost every night.
Multiple.
And it's your collection, right?
Yeah.
It's what was in your collection.
It was like 921, I want to say.
That's crazy.
At the time.
That's
about
insane.
to hit 1,000 sometime soon.
Give it up.
Someday
thumbs up.
soon.
You're gonna win an award one day, and it's gonna be just a presidential thumbs
Thanks.
up. It wasn't even a full thumbs up. It was that presidential like half the thumb.
Yeah, what is
like
that?
the opposite of a hitchhiker.
Like he's got his
just a
thumb
little-
on a detonator. Fuck.
One of the best presidents ever is Independence Day. I mean, I believed he was the president.
Oh, hell yeah.
That speech.
I also
epic.
confused that guy with Bill Paxton a lot as a kid. I don't know why.
Similar looks. I get
Speaking
that.
of Independence Day, you know the doctor that gets like, he's like, release me. The guy that gets
Data?
like
Data.
alien. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was fucking Data from Star Trek.
I spoiled your rant. I'm sorry. No, I didn't know what his name was. But
I
that's
should have
Data.
known. It's like the forehead and the nose give it away.
Well, I mean, like, look at Robin the Boy Wonder. No one knows who he is, and he just covers his eyes, and everyone's like,
That's what happened.
"We don't know who the
They
kid
gave
is.
this guy hair, and you're like, what is he?
What is he? Like, you don't know.
What is he? Is he a bear?
Is he
I don't
human?
fucking know.
That voice was so similar to the cockroach when he takes over that guy from Law and Order and Men in Black. Sugar and water.
What a fucking movie. I haven't seen that in a long time.
That's a wild one. The sequels were rough, but
that's a
that
bad
first one was
franchise.
a lot of fun.
Talk
You
about
remember
a
the-
franchise where the sequels suck.
Remember the pregnancy scene when like it's an octopus baby and she's just throwing Will Smith around in
Oh yeah. Yeah. I want to see a serious Men in Black movie. They just tear shit up. Just-
X-Files.
Fuck. Never mind.
Those movies are underrated. Those were good movies and they stand on their own. You
I
can
think
watch
there
those
was like a
solo.
really good one, and the rest are just like there.
I think there was two. I remember one distinctly.
Yeah, it was a big one when it came out too. I think that's when Mulder was still in it. No, they did 2 movies with Mulder in it. Shit.
You know, I never watched when they went back to make an additional season. I never saw that.
A couple episodes were good, but I never finished it. But there were actually like good returns.
The first, like, I don't know how many seasons, like 5 or 10 seasons of X-Files, every show was a banger. Those were dynamite.
Yeah. It was like watching Twilight Zone. It's our Twilight Zone.
Yeah,
Every
exactly.
episode was great
So
and
good.
random as hell. There was like barely story arcs, maybe like a
that's why-
couple.
That's why I get excited with, like, every time Twilight Zone gets, like, remade. I'm like, I don't care who's hosting. I'm in. Let's go. Let's try it.
Yep. All bangers.
You know, it's a lot of fun. Not neither is serious as Twilight Zone or doesn't really have a lesson or morality to it, but it's a lot of fun. Is the new Creep Show series. It's
Shit,
like
I gotta check that out.
it's so fun. It's literally like diving into a Creep Show comic. It's just fun and bright and whimsical,
Yeah.
and it's not going to bother you. It's not going to freak you out, but it's a fun story. Check it out. And they get a couple of heavy hitter actors in there too.
Yeah, and I know Joe Lynch directed some of it. The dude that did like Wrong Turn and shit.
They shoot it on
Wrong Turn 2.
so obviously digital, and like it looks so fakely pretty. like a really like a overproduced YouTube video.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out. Is it like Shudder?
Yeah, I think it's Shudder.
Okay. I gotta check that out in Chucky.
The Netflix of horror.
Yeah. It's great. I love Shudder.
Love it.
It's got a lot of shit on there. I got some horror news.
First off, Shudder, if you want to sponsor a video, we can tell people you got a lot of shit on there.
They got a lot of shit on there, A to Z.
Shudder.
They got a large category.
Shit. Hit some thunder.
You want this shit or do you want that other shit?
Oh,
it's got
man.
it on there.
Yeah, horror news. What you got, man?
Keanu Reeves is set to star in a new movie called The Devil in the White City. It's a big budget.
Okay.
It's about America's first horror or serial killer, H.H. Holmes.
Nice. Very cool. Speaking of Keanu, I just found out H.H. Holmes is a really underrated serial killer. He's not very well known.
He's just the first one who did some gnarly shit. But
yeah. Keanu Reeves, his first Matrix movie, he donated. His sister grew up with cancer, survived it. After his first Matrix movie, he donated 70% of his profits to cancer research. 70%, and then bought every stuntman and woman on the crew Rolexes as thank yous.
Keanu Reeves is the man.
Keanu, a proper gent of Hollywood. Also, he does something like really, really kind of cool. Like whenever he gets like a fan picture, he does this thing called the hovering hand, where like he doesn't want to make someone like feel uncomfortable, so he just like doesn't quite touch them. He's like, he's like there, but he's not hooked. You know what I mean? And he does it on purpose, so no one ever like feels like about like. Yikes! Yeah, just like that. Whoa! That sounds cool. That sounds like a really fun.
Yeah, they don't know. We don't know if he's gonna be H.H. Holmes, but he's in the movie, and Leo DiCaprio bought the rights to this shit in 2010, and Scorsese, I think, is executive producer. So we'll see where this goes. But it's a TV series.
It's gonna get all the movie. It's gonna
TV
get
series.
all the money, man.
Yeah, that's all about. That's all I got there.
Leo and Scorsese with a small budget of $17 billion.
Yeah.
Whatever they want, Hollywood's like, take it.
Each episode's gonna be like 3 hours.
I'm excited for that. That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah. Should be fun. We'll see. TV show. I don't know what's gonna happen. Probably be Disney.
No, please don't. No.
Says Hulu.
Give nothing to Disney.
Oh yeah, that's Hulu series. So Disney owns Hulu. So we'll see what happens. What's next week?
It's a little known movie.
Little known what?
Little known movie. You know, you may have heard of it.
All right, let's guess. I'm gonna guess.
How did you hold on? For those of you that pay attention all the way to the end, we always announce the next movie. How did you guess the next movie? I don't tell you shit. You never look at the paperwork or anything. Like,
I guess this week's, huh?
You guessed Event Horizon, and I think it's because I told you it scared the shit out of me. I think that's
you said it scared the shit out of you, and I know that Event Horizon did. Yeah, that was just a total guess. Next week, The Fly.
No, that'd be great.
Tremors. Ice Cream Man. I don't fucking know. Darkness Falls.
Evil Dead.
Which one?
Hell, The Evil Dead.
Nice. Army of Darkness.
No, God damn it, no. The original Evil Dead.
All right, can't fuck that up. No pressure.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, no pressure. One of the greatest of all time. One of the biggest cult followings ever. Cool. I can't wait.
Cool.
Folks, we love your requests. Request anything you want as long as it's horror related at kingsofkill.com. Thank you all so much for listening. My name's Zach.
Hey, I'm Steven.
Good job, bud. And together we are
The
kings of. You started with me.
I thought you were gonna go fast.
Just
Why'd you pause?
It was just to hurt me.
I swear to God, we'll never get this right.
Just to hurt me.
We're gonna get this right on the series finale. Maybe.
We're the kings of kill. Thank you for listening,
You did
folks.
it without me. All right. Screw it.